Hello, everyone, and welcome to my One Sleep Me show. My name is Michelle Marie, and I am both and welcome back to the channel. I'm excited to give you all readings tonight. I hope you're all doing well and you're feeling grounded as we move through what is a very powerful stretch of astrology. The weeks following the February 17th solar eclipse and the March 3rd lunar eclipse have already begun to show major global developments. Many of the themes that we discussed during those eclipses are now showing up directly in the news cycle. So in Vedic astrology, know that eclipses, they don't usually create events out of nowhere. Instead, they tend to reveal what was already set into the light. That's how we found out about Project 2025 and now 2026. That's how we found out about, the wars that are taking place. So we're clearly seeing that ripple effect across politics, economics, natural events, and a lot of global tensions going on right now. Uh, Jonathan is currently undergoing his Saturn opposition. I said, he enters 9 degrees tomorrow. We have to prepare for this. He's like, okay. So it's like buckets and buckets of water. So this the last time this happened, our apartment in Puerto Vallarta flooded, and so all of our furniture is lifted. I made sure to prepare this time. So we were able to mop up all the buckets of water, and we were already up doing our 4 a.m. mantra practice, so we caught it pretty early, but it was still buckets of water. And the poor people downstairs also reported it. So now, before we go into the astrology for the rest of March, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge many people around the world who are currently suffering, and they're rebuilding after some recent events as well. So our daily mantras are for those affected by the Kona storms in Hawaii, the rebuilding after Hurricane Melissa, because that was pretty brutal. The many communities experiencing hardship and displacement in places like Iran, Sudan, Afghanistan, Yemen, UAE, Lebanon, Gaza, Cuba, Venezuela, lots of drama. So we like to hold space for those victims, and there's some recent crashes also in Lisbon in Spain. So we are just we're also praying for anyone who's affected by the political violence and senseless hatred that's coming out of some portions of the United States as well. Our hearts are with everyone who's struggling right now. So during these turbulent times, spiritual traditions remind us that prayer, mantra, and intention matter most. And so tonight we're just gonna we hold those communities in our protective mantras. Okay, so now astrologically speaking, before I go into night's readings, we're moving through a very intense set of planetary alignments from Aquarius into Pisces for the rest of the month. These signs govern things like technology, collective systems, leadership structures, media narratives, and global power dynamics. So that's exactly where a lot of the tension is appearing in the world right now. So let's walk through the astrology for the rest of the month, and I'll talk about what it means for you. Now, on March 15th, we had a Mars conjunct Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. This is in the third house of journalism in the United States. Mars represents action, aggression, conflict, while Mercury governs our communications, media, and information. Now, when these two meet and Mercury is retrograde, it often creates miscommunications, a lot of heated debates, and information warfare. And this can show up as political arguments, media confusion, cyber conflict, sudden breaking news stories that escalate very quickly. And this affected, again, like I said, the third house of journalism in the US. And the current director of the FCC released a statement yesterday saying that news networks and their licenses would not be renewed if they didn't stop the spread of quote fake news regarding the current administration's actions in Iran and other conflicts abroad. So basically, the director of the FCC is saying to the news networks, if we don't like what you're saying about the current administration, we're going to shut your organization down. That's an example of the energy. That's Mercury, Mars at war in a very communicative sign. Okay, so the best remedy for this type of transit is patience in our communications, taking those deep breaths. And a good Vedic mantra that you can say for Mars to give yourself courage as we undergo some of these things is Om Kram Krim Kram Sa Omaya Namaha. And you can do that 108 times via Amala tomorrow on Tuesday if you like. That will help calm the reactive Mars energy. So one of the most practical things that you can do right now is just pause before responding on what you see online or in the news. But fortunately, by today, we kind of see them starting to separate and the tension is easing a little more. The sharpest edge of the conflict will begin to ease, although there's going to be some lingering confusion. So this is a really good time to take a break from the news cycle. I know we had to do it today just because we were exhausted from mopping water up all morning, and reconnect with nature or grounding activities. So we just took Rosie for a walk and I collected flowers for the altar. It was lovely. Okay, so March 17th, that's tomorrow. We're going to enter a more unusual configuration. Mercury is moving close to Rahu. That's the north node that causes eclipses. And he's a shadow planet associated with illusions, obsessions, and mass psychology. So at the same time, we're also entering a period called Kal Sarpa Yoga, when all the planets fall between Rahu and Ketu, the south and the north node. Donald Trump has this in his chart, for example. It hems people in karmically. So what it does collectively is it intensifies our atmosphere and creates a feeling that events are accelerating very quickly. People often report heightened anxiety or the sense that the world is moving through very fated periods during these alignments. And the remedy here is spiritual grounding. So a really helpful mantra that you can do is, and this is best said on Saturdays, Om Brahm Brim Brahm Sa Rahuve Namaha. And you can do that via Amala 108 times, or just, from your heart space at least 3 times. Best done on Saturdays. And the best thing that you can do right now is limit excessive news consumption. It's important to stay informed, but avoid getting pulled into fear-based narratives and conspiracy spirals, because we're going to expect some of those, okay? Now, on March 19th, we are going to arrive at a very significant moment. There's a new moon in Pisces, and this is in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra. This is a deeply spiritual nakshatra associated with karmic endings and inner transformation. And this new moon will be conjunct Saturn. So it's inviting a lot of reflection and also taking responsibility for our actions moving forward, seeing reality and not reacting, rather thinking through things logically, because that's what Saturn encourages us to do. So this is a powerful time for meditation, forgiveness, journaling, letting go of any emotional burdens that you've been carrying around for too long. And on the same day, we start Chaitra Navaratri, and that is the 9 sacred nights honoring the Divine Mother. And if you got my newsletter, you got all the mantras for that. Navaratri is a really beautiful reminder that even in times of a lot of global upheaval, the spiritual path always offers renewal and above all protection. So March 20th, the next day, that's going to bring some really welcome news, because Mercury's finally turning direct. Yay! So a couple of days after that, communication is going to begin to clear up a little more. Misunderstandings will slowly resolve themselves. Projects that were stalled can begin moving forward again. And even better, from this point on until late June, all planets will be moving direct, with exception of the lunar nodes who are always going backwards, but all planets will be direct. Yay. So this is going to create a period of forward momentum. And this is months after tons of retrograde energy that we've been dealing with. So I'm looking forward to that day. And then March 21st, Jupiter is going to aspect Mars. Now, Jupiter represents wisdom, ethics, higher understanding, and its influence can temper the more aggressive Mars energy, okay, that we've been seeing globally. So this is a reminder that wise leadership and thoughtful action can still emerge even after these intense cycles. And a really good mantra that you can do here is best said on Thursdays. Om Gram Grim Gram Sa Brihaspataye Namaha. Okay, that invites that really good guru energy into your life. Then on March 25th, this is one of the more serious transits of the month. That's when the sun is going to conjunct Saturn in Pisces. The sun represents leadership and authority, and Saturn represents accountability and consequences. So historically, when the sun and Saturn get together, there are major policy announcements, leadership tests, and government developments. And at the same time, Venus is going to enter Aries, bringing bold, direct energy into our relationships. And a traditional Saturn remedy is charity, best done on Saturdays or Saturn days. So helping someone in need or donating food is one of the most powerful ways to harmonize Saturn's energy. Then, last but not least, on March 30th, Cal Sarpa period ends. That's where I told you all of the planets are trapped in between the North and the South node. That is, you're going to feel noticeably lighter once that energy goes away. The configuration will lift, and the pressure on the collective atmosphere is finally going to ease a little more on us, okay? So the eclipse energy that we just passed through corresponds with pivotal geopolitical moments. The rising tensions between major powers, economic shifts, changing alliances, these are all part of a larger historical cycle that we are now witnessing. And the headlines may sometimes really sound dramatic, and they can invoke a lot of fears and lead to more world conflicts. But astrology reminds us that these moments are longer rhythms of history. I knew all of this was coming. That's why we moved to Mexico, because I saw it in the stars. Okay, so the most important thing we can do during times like this is to remain calm, spiritually grounded. That's why I gave you those mantras, and informed without becoming overwhelmed by fear. You don't want to react. You want to act logically and do what's best for you in your situation. Okay, so this is also International Women's Month. So to all the women in the audience, I appreciate and love you very much. And this upcoming Navaratri festival is a beautiful opportunity to honor that divine feminine. You can cleanse old karma, reconnect with your spiritual strength, or Shakti, as we like to call it. So even simple practices like lighting a candle, chanting a mantra, and you got the mantras if you're on my newsletter, and just spending a few minutes in meditation can bring a lot of peace during these really intense planetary cycles. So that is our overview for the rest of March. If you'd like a reading tonight, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I already got tip from Barbara and Rachel, so you are up. Make sure you get your questions in. Again, if you like priority, you can send a tip, and the links are in the description. And let's just go ahead and see what the cards and stars have to say for you guys tonight. So let me go ahead and welcome you all to the show. Yay! I'm so glad you guys are all here. Okay. Oh my goodness. The lovely Venus is here. Thank you for reminding people to post questions in caps. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Sybil is here. Lovely to see you, Sybil. Some patience. I hope your recovery is going well. It is lovely to see you. And let's see. Oh, it's not shouty. Don't worry about it. I'm a big girl. No worries. It just helps us see him a little better. So, and then, oh, the lovely Jonathan is here. Say hi, Jonathan. He's behind me. Hello. So, and let's see. Yes, and Venus, you got my back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And then, yes, Jonathan, we both got hammered this morning. That flood was something else, you guys. I wake up and I wasn't waking up. I actually walked out of our mantra room to get our tea, because we do a little bit of a tea break, because we do them for like 3 hours. And so I went to get the tea and I stepped in water and I went, oh no. And then we looked around the apartment and it was just flooded everywhere, like just buckets of water. It was crazy. And Jonathan looked at me and he goes, you told me it was going to be a water-related event for my Saturn opposition. I'm like, that's because we went through his chart. And every time Saturn goes over one of his planets or aspects himself, we have like a flood, or, a big storm, or there was one time where a typhoon hit Jonathan when he was out on a boat, like just the craziest water events. And so karma is really fascinating when you're an astrologer and you can see this stuff. So that keeps me grounded. So we spent a couple of hours doing that this morning. That was interesting. Okay. Yeah, when are there not conspiracy theories nowadays? Oh, they're everywhere. Okay. And Barbara, I got your question. It is absolutely lovely to see you, dear. Thank you for your email. And okay. And then some patience. Guidance for a friend. Let me know when you're ready. Okay. Go ahead and get your question in. So March 20. Okay. You got it. Oh, that's the date of your next shoulder surgery. Okay, well, you're prepared. And then Venus, I'll go ahead and get your question in. Happy early birthday, dear. New moon in Pisces on your birthday. That's exciting stuff. Okay. And there is Parivartana between Sun and Ketu while Sun is in Pisces, I noticed. Yes, I love a good Parivartana yoga. I've got it between Mercury and Jupiter in my chart. Oh, it really helps me with astrology, especially with the Scorpio and Pisces placements as well. Okay, and I've got Ketu with Jupiter in Scorpio, and they go into Pisces in the Navamsha. Okay, so let's see. Yes, action packed. You got it. Nine Worlds Tarot. It is lovely to see you. That's Kristen. And let's see. Yes, water. Oh, well, your future may be in a different country. Okay, I'll put your question in, Sybil. All right. Your husband, will your future husband be from another country? Well, you know how you find that out in your chart. If you have Jupiter and Rahu together, either in your Rasi or your Navamsha, it's possible. It's in my Navamsha. And I actually ended up marrying a guy from a different religion. So, yeah, because Jonathan is basically, he's Vedic, he's Hindu. And then he has Guru Chandala in his chart. He was raised Methodist, I was raised Catholic, and now we're both, into Vedanta. So it's an interesting combination. And then let's see, some patience. I got your question in. I'm sorry to hear that your friend is struggling. Okay. It's Kristen. I thought so. It's lovely to see you, dear. Okay. So let's see. Miss Rachel, if you are in the audience, I did see your tip. So go ahead and get your question in. And then I'm going to go ahead and do Barbara's question first. What do your guides want you to know? You've got it. I know you've got lots of exciting projects going on. Okay. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. And you guys, the moon is actually going through the eclipse, the solar eclipse point today. So that's another thing that I thought was interesting because we had the flooding, but the 9 degrees in Saturn was the kicker. So it's kind of a double event. What do your guides want you to know? Let's see. I'll go to my oracle deck for you too, dear. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let me get the questions up here. Oh, Rachel, okay, I got your questions in. Rhoda, it is lovely to see you. Welcome. You see Jonathan peeking behind. Yeah, he's back here. So, yeah. He has to kind of stay off camera because otherwise when I do shorts, it'll like zone in on him on his phone. It's hilarious. So we found that out the hard way. Okay, so I got some interesting cards for you. Okay, so before we begin, the first main energy that I got in and around you was Scorpio. Scorpio is a very mystic and beautiful sign. Okay, so it is extremely, how do I say this? It is very tapped into spirit, but it also represents, it can represent accidents, chronic illness. So what it's asking you to do is prepare for a period of transformation that's coming your way. Some revelations that may occur. Now, the 8th house can cause unexpected events that reroute us in some way. So yeah, that's the main energy that I got in and around just what they wanted me to focus on. Now, this is also very spiritual, so it could be calling you to a spiritual practice to help deal with some of the changes that we see coming. Okay, so then I got the lovely 3 of Pentacles, but it came up upside down. So there might be a lack of cooperation going on, maybe some, or your heart's not into something. It's not, some things aren't really working out. Okay, this is my, bad construction card. So this tells me that it's important that during this time you don't overly seek approval from others. If there's not a lot of cooperation going on, try to let things go, because there's just someone who's not really thinking through the situation, and they might be acting out a little unjustly and not very cooperative with the rest of the group. Okay, so that's the main energy that I got in and around that. So I asked what this was about, and I don't know if you're involved in anything legal, but I did get the Justice card from the Mahabharata Oracle. And this is Vidura. When he appears, conscious speaks where silence is once ruled. So he was actually the moral spine of the Mahabharata. He was very wise, impartial, and he was very fearless in telling the truth. He was ignored, but his integrity never wavered. So he stood for justice even when he was isolated. And it reminds us that righteousness does not require a consensus, especially if people aren't cooperating with us. So this card brings fair judgment. It brings a lot of ethical clarity into your life. And know that truth, logic, and reason will prevail in this situation where people aren't cooperating very well. You know, the eighth house also represents inheritances, money, things like that. So it is a house of money, unearned money. It's that. So if the process feels a little uncomfortable, know that justice will prevail. Okay. Disputes will be resolved very justly, and you'll be maybe asked to arbitrate or stand up for what's right in the situation. So just know that justice stands firm, even when you stand alone. Okay, so that's the main energy in around that. Now, when you do find out what's going on behind the scenes, I got the reprisal card. This has been stalking me a little bit. This is Amba. This is vengeance and retaliation will not serve my purpose. Okay, so this card cautions that retaliation is a very long and arduous process, and it's better to just forgive and move on and know that justice will prevail in the end. So just avoid any retaliation regarding the situation, and vengeance is not worth your time, not worth your beautiful energy. A lot of us are having plans go awry, and it's important that we don't dwell on any failures. We just forgive and move on, because that's what a lot of these eclipses are causing. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. And yeah, okay. And then Vedic New Year is in 3 days. Oh, yay. Yeah, I can't wait for Navaratri too. I'm really looking forward to that. It's one of my favorite times of the year. The goddesses are returning, all the beautiful forms of Durga Parvati. So, oh my goodness. Jonathan says, ignore the man behind the curtain. You're funny, honey. Let's see. And don't worry about spelling Venus, because it's hitting all of us right now. Mercury retrograde, just blame it on that. Okay. So our next lovely question is Rachel. Let me find you. I am having trouble finding an apartment. Okay. I told my landlords June 1st just to be on the same page. Okay. Well, June 1st is when Jupiter enters Cancer, which is the sign of the home. That's not bad. Now, it will be in your 12th house, I believe. So just be aware of that, because June 1st, that's, yeah. Okay. So let me go ahead. You're saying that, wondering if I should move to Baltimore by the water, or do I stay in a county where there seems to not be much for rent, or maybe look for a dog in the interim. It's stressful. That's a lot, honey. So I'll pull one card for Baltimore in by the water real quick. Okay, let's just get a main energy in and around that. Okay, so I got the Magician reverse and the Page of Pentacles reverse. It's not a good financial decision, and you're not going to be able to successfully manifest it, what you think you would want out of the Baltimore move, at least right now. Okay. And then do I stay in a county where there seems to be not much for rent? Well, I did get the Page of Pentacles reversed for the other one, so I'm guessing I'm probably going to get something there. Yes, I got the Justice card. That's a good decision. Using your head, using your logic, doing what's best. So I got a yes for staying in the county where there seems to be not much for rent. I got no for Baltimore by the water, because it's not a good monetary decision. And then should you look for a dog in the interim? Okay. Okay, they want me to go to another deck. Let's see. And I love all the photos that you post of Ollie. He's just a darling boy. Oh, honey, you're still healing. Okay. Okay. But you're healing. That's the good thing. Okay. Okay, my dear. So again, I got 3 of Swords. This is what it looks like upright. You're still wounded, honey. You're still grieving over his passing, but it came up upside down. So you're on the track to healing. Okay, so that's the good news. I got that right now is a good time to look. I got the Page of Pentacles. This tells me that this might be something that you would maybe look into and do a little bit of planning in and around. This could also represent a younger friend that might come into your life and help you find that. But I did get a card next. It's gonna, because you're still healing, I got the Sun reverse. So you're not quite ready yet. Okay, if this came up upright, I'd be like, oh, you are ready for literally a new son or daughter. Doctor is what I call them. So I'm getting that right now is not the time, but later will be. So right now is maybe a time to maybe research some breeds, save up your money, um, do a little bit of research because new dogs or puppies can bring in a lot of time and energy and things like that. But they're saying that right now is not, you're not quite ready yet. Okay, so all right, Justin, welcome. Let's see, Axman, welcome. Amos, welcome. And then a general. Okay, I'll go ahead and get your question, Justin. Welcome. And oh, Venus, you're in Annapolis, Maryland. Okay. And then, of course. Okay, good, Rachel. Thank you for your feedback there. I appreciate it. Yeah, Rachel, you got someone by you. Yeah. She said, I'm right. Yeah, that's what Venus is saying over here on YouTube. So yay. And you're welcome, Justin. Okay. So now let's get to our next. Let me just check my emails here. Okay. Some patients, you are next. Okay, I did get your tip. I appreciate that. And then we have Rhoda. Right. And then after I do tips, I go in order of receipt, but you do need to be in the audience. So make sure that you stick around when I go through, after I go through our tippers, okay? Okay. So some patients, this is for your friend. My dear friend has been struggling deeply for 2 to 3 months. I'm so sorry. I'm worried she's getting worse. I want to be able to provide her comfort, ease her pain, give her hope. That's very sweet of you. What messages are there for her that I can pass along to her? Okay. Given everything that you're going through, what a heart you have. I mean, you broke both arms and legs, and now you're worried about your friend that's going through stuff. I mean, come on, that's you're amazing. So let's see what the guides have to say. Okay. Right here. Welcome, Chu. And please make sure to hit that like button. If you're not already, please subscribe. Make sure that you're subscribed. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, this is an interesting story that they're giving me. So, okay, so your friend has some interesting energy in and around them that spirit is trying to call to their attention. Okay, that's the main thing that I'm getting. It is, it's good and it's bad, and I'll go into both for you. Okay, one of the main things that I am seeing is the first one I got. It was the sixth house. Okay, this is the house of service, karma, yoga. It's service to others, and so simply helping her with daily routines and doing the little things, especially if your friend is struggling with depression, can help. But this is a card of service. It's a card of selfless service. We call it seva in Vedic terms, okay, in Sanskrit. I got one of the best things that you can do for your friend right now is celebrate a little bit with her. Okay, this is a homecoming card. This is a celebration card. This is all about spending time with those that we love in celebration. You see all the flowers, and this is also the card for like marriage ceremonies and events and things like that. So if there's something coming up that is celebratory, encourage her to go and maybe go with her, so that she can he or she can get out of there that slump that they're showing me. Okay. I asked kind of what was going on with the friend. Okay. And the thing that they're trying to the guys are trying to bring their attention to, let's see what you're saying here. I've always asked her to move in and remind her she always has a home with me. The good and bad, we can deal with that. Okay. So I'm going to warn you about that, having her move in with you. Okay. The reason I say that is this is not really a good time for her to, how do I say this, to do that. I got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, this is someone who is a little, they're overspending, they're irresponsible with money, they're not using their best judgment when it comes to the material. And that is going to clash with moving in with you. Okay, so she's got to get her ducks in a row on her own and learn karmically from the situation that she's in without you getting too involved. Again, I got great cards for celebrating with her, being of service, but the moving in thing, it's going to cause problems in your relationship with her, and you want to keep that friendship going. Okay. The reason I say that is, another thing that you can do instead of doing the move in is you can help her search for other opportunities that better align with her goals. This is, I call this his ships are coming in. He's taking advantage of an opportunity that is on the horizon. So helping her realize what opportunities may be available to her, and then to have those little moments of celebration in between, and just being of service from the outside is what I would recommend, because if you get too involved, it can mess up the friendship. Okay. Now, this is the main theme. All right. This is the one that you said, I don't like that face. Well, whenever this guy comes up, I kind of make that face. This is Duryodhana. Okay. He's basically he's the bad guy in the Mahabharata. He represents ego. He is unresolved desire that demands recognition. He was driven by envy, a lot of entitlement. He had a lot of wounded pride. He was a narcissist on acid. And his downfall stemmed from refusing to do any self-examination or accountability. So if your friend is going through a time like this, she herself could be struggling with this, or she's got someone in and around her that's causing all these problems that she needs to set some serious boundaries with. Okay. She needs to set boundaries regardless, either with herself or this energy that I see in and around her. Okay. This card is asking her to confront inner shadows, whether she's attracting people like this or she's projecting it. And if she's able to acknowledge her suppressed emotions before they take control, she can kind of push through this. But there could be some jealousy, some comparison, addressing, and it's important that we address our feelings honestly rather than project them. So know that if she's refusing to face something, especially in the shadows, it will continue to rule her. But this is her karmic battle, not yours. So you can be on the sidelines, good friend, practicing that Seva Karma yoga, but the whole moving in thing and trying to be a crutch for her, don't recommend it. Okay. I hope that was helpful, sweetie. And yeah, budgeting is not a superpower. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely yeah, that's definitely something that you want to consider. And lovely to see you, Kaylee. Welcome, dear. Yes, yes. Highlight those tiny wins. I love that. Okay, and I'm glad that you got it. Okay. All right. So welcome, Coates. Welcome, Lou. It's lovely to see you all. I really appreciate you. Really helpful. Thank you. Oh, thank you for the feedback. Okay. She's very much into self-examination, but also we all have blind spots. Exactly. Again, if she is really into self-examination, this could be someone in and around her environment that then she invites into yours. And you don't want that. You don't want a Duryodhana in your life. Okay. He's like a Nebuchadnezzar. He's like a Trump. He's a narcissist. So he cares about his wants and his needs, and he doesn't really think about other people. So you don't want that energy in and around. So, and believe me, we've all dealt with them, me included. Like empaths, we tend to attract them. Okay. All right. All right. So Miss Rhoda, I believe you are next. Yes, you are. Okay. All right, Miss Rhoda, let me find your question. Yeah, we all have our narcs to deal with, right? Yeah. There's a lot of that energy right now, for sure. Yeah, narcissistic on acid. Yeah, pretty much. So let me see here. Okay, Miss Rhoda, I'm not seeing your question. Can you go ahead and put it in for me, divine timing? Let me see. I can find it. And I love seeing all of your photos in Denver, Colorado. That is so cool. All that beautiful snow that you got, and all the lovely, all the great. That was a great conference. It was great to see all those photos on Facebook, Rhoda. You were rocking that job. It's going to be a lot of fun. So glad we got good cards for that. Okay, let's go ahead and get your question in. And as far as budgeting, I know it's not a superpower for everybody. It is kind of one for mine. So I'm the budgeter in the family, and it's another reason why we moved to Mexico, because we faced a lot of crime and it put us in a different financial bracket. Jonathan lost his house. A bunch of other things happened. We basically had to use all of our savings to get the to get it basically upright again, and then we sold it for the land anyway. So it was really, really traumatic. Speaking of narcissism, so I had to really budget within an inch of our lives, and I said, we're not going to make it. We got to move to a place that's more affordable, and Mexico, it turns out to be a lot more affordable. So it's working out for us. Sometimes you got to make those big jumps. Plus, I also saw Project 2025 coming, and I'm like, nope. So, okay. What is coming this month that I need to be aware of? Okay. You got it. Ooh, you got some good things coming. Okay, let's put this in and see if it comes out. It is, okay. Ooh, all right. Seems to be a bit of a theme. This is not uncommon after eclipses. Okay, so the good thing is you are, like, I think you're going through a very sunny time in your life. You are being recognized for your you said, I'm feeling so lucky. I'm trying to keep the negative thoughts as something is going on right, any minute out of my head. I'm so blessed right now and thankful. This is something I've been waiting for a long time, and it's so well deserved. So well deserved, Rhoda. And I am very happy for you. You look, yeah, you looked amazing in the photos. I could tell you were having a lot of fun. You were really connecting with a lot of different people, and you're going to make a huge difference. So, all right. So the main energy that I got in and around you is not bad, but it does carry a few warnings, okay? Because it's just good to be aware of, what's going on in our lives and what can come our way. So the first thing I got was the sun. This is your time to shine. This is your time to show the world who you are. And you're being recognized for all the things that you've done and will do in the future. So the spotlight is yours, my dear. Congratulations. I love seeing your posts. Okay. Then I got the Eight of Swords, but it came up reversed. This is all about liberation, seeing the reality, and making a way forward. So if you felt a little stuck lately, you're about to get unstuck. You're going to remove this blindfold. Now, if it was this way, you wouldn't be seeing the reality of the situation. It came up upside down. Yay, I love seeing this. You're going to open your mind to a new perspective that is going to kind of get you out of any kind of mental paralysis. And a lot of this is going to happen for us when at the end of March, Mercury goes direct, and then all the planets will be direct until June, end of June. Yay. That means our projects can move forward. We can actually see some momentum. Some of the things that we weren't seeing are going to come to light. So I'm excited for that for you. Okay. Now, this is the best card, in my opinion, in the Mahabharata deck. And it's funny because I did pull the sun for you, right? So this is called the gift. This is Kunti. When Kunti appears, you will receive an unexpected blessing. So there's more to come, my dear. Kunti was the mother of the first of the three Pandava brothers. Those are the good guys in the story, and the maternal aunt of Krishna. And so throughout the war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, she was a pivotal figure of support and love to all the Pandavas. And she invoked her son Karna here through a special mantra, and he was gifted to her by Lord Surya, the sun, a recognition for her efforts. Now, she abandoned him at first, fearing public reaction, like, people are going to wonder where the sun came from, but she acknowledged him later on. And Kunti, he was very virtuous, he was very sacrificing, he was loving, he was noble. So this card tells me that you are going to have some kind of material, spiritual, or something really unexpected that will take you by surprise and brighten your day. So this is about getting the job of your dreams, new sources of income, gains, windfalls. I mean, this is like a lottery card, Rhoda. So you have more great things coming. I love seeing that. So appreciate the gift that's coming your way. Yay, I love seeing that. So this tells me you've got really good karma too. Now, when we are given gifts, we attract certain people toward us. This is the warning that I told you about. I got Dharatana. I put him back in the deck and I did it again and he came up again. And so I was like, okay, I was really hoping that you wouldn't attract this energy, but when you're doing really well in life and you're winning like you are, you're gonna attract some jealousy, okay, especially from narcissistic people. So this is a guy who is driven by a lot of envy, a lot of entitlement. He doesn't like seeing people win. He only thinks about himself because he has wounded pride. So know that if you're around somebody that is not doing any self-examination and is letting their inner shadow run the show, know that these are just suppressed emotions. They're not in control of them, and it has nothing to do with you. So there might be some jealousy, some comparison, just avoid that, okay? They're envying your success, basically, is what they're showing me. So that's why it's important for you to just kind of be aware of that energy may be in and around, especially when you're winning as much as you are, okay? So I hope that that was helpful, and I'm glad that you loved it. Okay, so I told you there was a little bit of a warning there, but man, have you got some good things coming. Okay. All right, some patience. I'll go ahead and star you. And you're meeting so many new people. I love that. And welcome, Never Give Up. My husband and my little dog are doing very well. Thank you for asking. We actually had a flood this morning in our apartment. It was crazy. So, yeah. Okay, and you're so welcome. Thank you for sharing your energy and being so generous, Rhoda. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let me check here. All right. Okay, you want to do a question for you. Go ahead and ask, Nancy, okay? And I will be happy to do that for you. Okay, Maria, I'll get your question in. I believe you asked, did you ask that last time? I believe. Okay, some patience. What do I need to know for the next month or even two to get on or stay on my best or highest path? What should I be watchful or mindful of? You've got it. Well, I've already warned you about the friend. It's important to, be there as a support, but not too much. Okay. It's hard for us empaths to do that. So I get it. All right. Okay. So Maria, just know that we go in order after I receive tippers. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. This kind of falls in with the other reading a little bit. I love it when this happens. Okay, Miss Nancy. Okay. Do not take on her karma. Excellent. I love that. Okay. Okay. What to look out for. Whew. Okay, my dear. So this kind of fits into the reading that I gave you a little earlier about not taking on other people's karma. Okay. I did get Virgo. This is the service card, service to others. This is also the card of bureaucracy and working with different people coming from different walks of life. But this is a very material card and it's helping people materially. It's service. Okay. So this is also very detailed, could be a little perfectionistic, things like that. So when I pull Virgo, it tells me that you're looking to do some type of material service of some kind. Okay. I got that what you're thinking of may not work out. I got the 10 of Wands reversed. This is overwork, oppression, burden. You're still healing, my dear. Okay. You need to focus all these wands on yourself right now. Avoid any distractions because they can cause burnout. So yes, you have a really great heart for service, but you are being asked to not take on any energetic overload or misplaced responsibility. Okay. Release or delegate anything that is you're not seeing the results of, especially if you're working really hard at it, because you may be wasting your energy. Okay, this is a very overly burdened figure. So Taking on excess responsibility, even though you have that beautiful heart of service, is not recommended right now. If you continue to go on this path, I got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, this is resistance to change, some karmic loops that can be going on, bad luck that can be from, poor decisions, stressful changes that are resisted, things like that. So don't try to stop events from happening. Take a step back, focus on you. Know that you don't want to overburden yourself. And focus on your higher wisdom as you move through this so that you can practice that beautiful discernment and choosing what is yours and what is not yours. Okay, like we said in the earlier reading. So I love that they're kind of tying in together like that. Spirit's just great. Okay, so then, yay, I went to my Mahabharata oracle. This tells me a little something about you. I got Gandhava. What is Gandhava? When he appears, we're reminded that true power is not borrowed; it's bestowed. It's given to us when we're aligned with our dharma. So remember when I said, "Don't take on their karma. You do you. You do your dharma," which is doing the right thing at the right time. Okay. So the Gandhava is not merely a weapon. You can see it's a bow and arrow here. It was a divine responsibility, and Arjuna, who is in the Mahabharata and also in the Bhagavad Gita, he didn't own it; he served it. So this bow is only given to those with pure hearts. So this tells me a little something about you. It's thunder that it was not just fearsome. It announced that righteousness had entered the battlefield. So power without alignment would have shattered the wielder. So this card signals that you will have access to extraordinary power, resources, or influence, which is good, but only if you use it consciously and you don't spread out your karma too much, or you get involved in other people's karma. You're being entrusted with something really potent. Okay, so this would be knowledge, skill, opportunity. You're going to be an authority in this area. So how you wield it is going to matter more than possessing it. Okay, so this is a breakthrough tool that's coming into your toolkit. Okay, you're going to be capable of scaling, but ethics and intention will determine the longevity of your win here. Okay, so you have the power to change your vitality right now through a lot of disciplined action, especially when it comes to your healing. And making those small, consistent choices will have an amplified effect. So take your power, put it towards your healing, put it towards your recovery. Don't take on other people's stuff. Okay, focus on Virgo's also sixth house. It's doing little things in your daily routine that improve your health daily. So this power is very sacred when it serves your dharma and your truth. So you've been entrusted with it. Ask yourself why. Okay, tells you got a good heart. All right, I hope that was helpful. All right. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, lovely to see you. Oh, it's lovely to see you, dear. Thank you for stopping in, Willow. Okay. And then there's 2025 lesson, rearing its ugly head again. I like being helpful. Slow down and heal. Yep. You got that's what they're trying to teach you. I love that. Oh, the mosquito that's been eating me alive just flew past the monitor. I'm literally covered. My whole arm that I have outside the covers is just covered in mosquito bites, even though I put eucalyptus oil on. So I just saw him go by and I'm like, whoa. So very affirming. Okay. Yeah. Next steps after the tower. Yep. You're healing. You are definitely healing, my dear. And then there's the face again. I tend to just like you can read me like a book. I know. I can't put a poker face on when I'm playing poker, but yeah, when I'm reading, it's like everything just comes out. Okay. So let's see. Let me go ahead and check my email real quick. Okay, we have another tipper. It is Dora Romero. Okay, who are you in the chat? It's Dora Romero. There you are. Yes, go ahead and ask your question. It's lovely to see you, dear. Okay, Shem, I'll get your question in. All right. Okay. And then this was a quiet whisper since my fall, very validating now. I feel more sure-footed moving forward and building my self-care skills. That's excellent. That's very wonderful and introspective of you. Okay. And then let's see. Nicole is here. Lovely to see you, Nicole. Thank you for all of the lovely emojis. Okay, message from your guides. You got it, Dora. Now, know if you guys ask something a little more specific, I can get a little more in depth for you, okay? I mean, I'm happy to answer it, but know that, and I go to my karma cards for direction on that. But if you have something more specific, I can give you a more detailed answer in and around that particular situation. Ooh, yay. Yes, lots of confusion and fear and around eclipse season, Shem. I understand that. Yeah. We've got this, though. We do. Okay, Miss Dora. Okay, this is interesting. Seems to be a bit of a theme. Okay, so the first card that I got for you is, I'm just doing some work behind the scenes here, because I'm working on 3 channels. Okay, so the first card I got from you was Aquarius. Okay, this is the card of innovation, the sign, excuse me, of innovation, technology. It is what the eclipses are happening in right now. It's the 3rd house of communications in the US. That's why we're seeing all this drama come out of there. So what this tells me is they're asking you to think really innovatively about your situation moving forward. Think outside the box. They're asking you to do something in a way that you've never really. You're going against the status quo when you're looking at Aquarius. Like my husband and I both have planets here, and we worked in tech, for example, and we were always thinking outside the box, especially when a new AI app came out, or in our case when we first met and started working together, like we would keep on track of like SEO and things for clients, and so it's constantly keeping ahead of what's going on. So I asked what area you needed to look into regarding innovation, and I got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. They want you to rethink your material stance. So this is a woman who could be, overspending or not seeing materially what's going on. It indicates that you might not see some money that might be leaking out in certain areas and not using your best judgment there. We've all been there, okay? There was one, just to give you an example, my husband signed up for some online newsletters that then started charging him, and it was like $500 for one of them. And I just I had to go in and really try to stem the bleeding from these newsletters. So this is like something that you're not seeing that needs your attention. And it could be something online, like maybe a subscription or something, but it involves your money. So it's important that you're making a budget every single month, you're staying on top of it, and you're looking for leaks. Okay, especially if you're year of the boar. We have the lesser consumer star on our animal this year, and I'm having to look for leaks everywhere when it comes to our finances. And I'm Miss Budget Queen, but I found that I had a Google Ads campaign just go out of control, and then I had to get it back in control. So I spent the whole weekend working with a worker on that. So things like that. Okay. They want you to use your intuition as you move forward. This is the High Priestess. This tells me that you might have a little bit of psychic gifts going on, and that can help you deal with the leaks that I'm seeing in the material for you. Okay. Uh, this tells me that you need to really tap into your intuition because it is correct, and your soul already knows what the problem is. Okay. This also represents this could be someone in your life too, but I'm getting that you need to look at it a little differently. Okay. This is what I see coming for you. And I love getting this card. You are the second person to get it tonight. Yay. I got the gift. So you have a gift coming, my dear. I love it when I get this card because this tells me that you will receive an unexpected blessing. It's some kind of material, spiritual reward that's really going to brighten your day. So prepare for this gift. It's coming. I love seeing this. It's a great windfall coming your way. All right. So really, really look forward to that. I love seeing that for you. Yay. And then I got the strength card. This is Bhima. Now, Bhima, when he stands beside you, that's raw power tempered by discipline. This is a guy in the Mahabharata whose strength was legendary. But his true mastery lay in self-control. And maybe they're asking you to have a little more control when it comes to the financial situation. He knew when to act and when to restrain himself. And he was who could like really channel his force toward the service of justice rather than his impulses. So he used his strength very wisely. So your assertiveness can pay off. You need to stand firm in any negotiations or leadership roles right now. Know that boundaries are going to strengthen your situation and your connections, and that if you practice a disciplined routine with a lot of consistent effort, especially regarding your finances, you're going to be unstoppable when you're guided by purpose, and you're going to get a gift. So I see great things coming your way. You just need to be a little more eyes open regarding your material world. Okay, my dear? All right. And a gift, yes. And you're getting lots of things in the, okay. Oh, I just caught my grandson ordering AI material. He has autism. Okay, so I just said you're a high priestess. You already know what it is. So really focusing on what's going on there so that it doesn't turn into anything more. Okay, so I'm glad that you're on top of that. AI can cost a lot of money, and the bills can really go up, especially if it's membership based. So I'm really glad that you're taking control of that. I'm gonna turn up my, there we go. It's a little better. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, my dear, and know that using that beautiful intuition to guide your finances is being fully supported. Okay. All right. Honey, do you want to turn on the overhead? What do you think?
Right.
Yeah, and then I'm going to move my table over a little bit. You guys can see Mexico City behind me. It's a really beautiful day today. It was like, what, 75 degrees. It was a nice break from the flooding we had this morning. So, okay. And then, yeah, thank you, love. I appreciate that. Okay, it's a little better. You can see me a little more now. All right, let's see. So we are going to go to our next lovely question. And I'm not seeing anything new come in. So we're going to go in order. And you're so welcome, Dora. Thank you for using that beautiful intuition to find out what it was. I love that. So, and you guys can see Jonathan now. So, okay. Has it been an hour already? This Friday is really flying by. Yes, it is. Oh, honey, can you sit over here so that you don't end up in the shorts? Thank you. We found that out the hard way. Okay. Okay, let's see. So let me go in order here. Oh, Money, my battery's running low. Can you grab me the cord really quick? Plug in the PC. Yeah, I forgot to plug it in. Bring it around the TV. Okay, hurry. Oh, yeah, I'm in the red. Hopefully if I don't go out, guys. I'm working on it. Okay. I didn't realize my computer wasn't plugged in. Whoops. Okay, it's plugged in now. There we go. Whew. Saved by the bell. Okay. So let me see here. Everyone's saying hi, Jonathan. Okay, now I'm really bright. Wow. I think it was just because my computer was getting low. So let me fix that. Let's go to visual. They have these little like things in the background where you can play with the lighting a little bit. That's a little better. Okay. Yay. Okay. So our next question, Jonathan saved the day. I know, isn't he great? Is, and can you bring me my tarot stash mug? It has my orange juice in it. I got a good one. All right. So Miss Venus, you're next. Yay. Happy birthday. It's so lovely to connect and just right before your big day. So I hope it goes really well for you. So let me see. Can you tell me what new things this new moon is bringing for you? That's a great question. I love that. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Barbara. You are too. Let's see. Oh my goodness. This is going to make you laugh, Venus, because it really does tie in with your energy. This particular card. I mean, it does seem to kind of be a theme tonight, too. Whoa. Okay. I appreciate you guys for being patient as I go through all of the cards. Ooh, that's very clear. Okay. Interesting. Now, this new moon is conjunct Saturn, so there's going to be a lesson in this for you, okay, especially because it's on your birthday. So just keep that in mind. Let's see, maybe Ganesh is talking to me. I'm going to talk to her? What do you think? Yes, you do. Yeah. Mahabharata said no. Ganesha said yes. Okay. Ooh, this is very clear. Okay. And Kritika is here. It's lovely to see you, Kritika. Oh, and thank you, Nicole. The reason I wear this color is because people tell me to. I'm not kidding. Like every time I wear it, people are like, I love that color on you. So I just started because I don't look at me all day. I'm out walking around doing stuff. So if you got to look at me, I might as well wear something you guys like. So yes, and happy birthday, Venus. Yay. Oh my gosh. So you do have a lesson coming your way. Are you ready? Okay. So the main one that I got was I got the sixth house. This is the house of service. Okay. This is the house of like you basically serving daily routines, self-employment, things like that. So that's the area. This is also people who work for you. Okay. Because it's that sixth house energy. So there's going to be something going on regarding this house that's going to bring you a little bit of a lesson. Okay. But know that you got this. Okay, Miss Venus. I got the Three of Cups reversed. This is the bad company card. Okay, so this is kind of a group disapproval, someone in your life that you just need to set a really clear boundary with. They kind of have an addictive or obsessive focus. There's a relationship based on their needs. So it's not great. Okay, so you're going to need to choose better friends and really start to root out people that aren't here for your goals and what's best for you. Okay, moving forward. The reason I say that is because then I got the Hierophant, but it came up reversed. So this is someone who is very dogmatic. They are very stringent in their beliefs. Okay, so they're overly concerned with material things. They rebel without a lot of wisdom, things like that. They're a false authority and they have very low standards. So that's kind of the energy in and around this person or boundary that you need to set. Okay? All right. Once you do that, I got the belonging card. Yay! You're going to start attracting really good friends and people that share the same goals as you, that like to have fun. Like there's going to be a sense of, he's literally going to a party with snacks. Those are the best parties where you can just hang out and eat and laugh and have fun. But right now they're going to have you weed out a few people so that you don't bring any party poopers into your circle. Okay, so I've been doing a lot of weeding in my area, especially because I have Saturn going through my 11th house of, friendships and tribe. It's painful when certain people show you who they are and you're like, whoa, what was that? But if there's anyone overly dogmatic and stubborn in your environment, you don't need any of that stuff. You're open-minded and you've got way too much going on to put up with that, okay? And then true friends are better than general friends. That is correct. Oh yeah. Venus is like, she's the epitome of service. So that's why I kind of laughed when I got that card. I thought it was cute. And happy birthday to your husband, Nicole. That's exciting. Yay. I hope you guys do something really fun. And then end of the month is Shem's birthday. Happy early birthday, Shem. So many great March birthdays. I love it. Okay. So let's go on to our next question. Okay. So probably at one of your jobs. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing because it's sixth house. So it would be someone who works with you or for you. Okay. So just when they show you who they are, just set that beautiful boundary. You got this. All right, let's go on to our next question. Is Sybil here? Ms. Sybil, please check in. Yes, that is correct, James. Good point. Love that. All right, Ms. Sybil, are you here? And then Justin is after Sybil, so please check in. Sybil's here. Yay! Okay, will my future husband be from a different country? Now, like I said, it's important to look in your chart because if you have a Guru Chandala Yoga, that's a Jupiter Rahu conjunction in your Rashi chart, which is your main birth chart, or if you have it in your Navamsha, like I do, it's quite possible. It can also be someone from a different culture or religion, like in my case. Okay. All right. So let me look. Pull some cards in and around the hooves. Okay, nothing there. Really, guys? Okay, my karma cards are saying no. That's interesting. They usually always say yes, so this is going to be an interesting reading. Okay. Yeah, this lighting, I think it's a little weird. If I look a little pink, I'm sorry, guys. It's doing some shifty things. Okay, let's see. All right, now I'm getting some answers. Sometimes they get picky on me. Interesting. Okay. Maybe Mahabharata will want to talk. Let's see. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, so I got some interesting cards for you. Okay, Sybil? The main energy that I got in and around you getting into a relationship in general is that it's important that you don't do it right now because you're going to be juggling a lot. Okay, I got the Two of Pentacles. This is kind of it's a lack of focus. You're going to be feeling really overwhelmed. This is also the card of wasteful spending, trouble keeping up with bills, things like that. So we just had some eclipses. We had some really interesting stuff come out there. The eclipse in Dhanishta rules wealth, so it could be negatively affecting or aspecting your relationship house. Okay, that means that you might be attracting someone who's not good with money or is with you for material reasons rather than for love or an emotional connection or something like that. This is actually going around quite a bit. In some of my readings, there's a lot of love scams going on, especially with older women right now. So it's really important that you watch your pocketbook and you are making sure that that you're not attracting an energy that's going to drain you, okay, especially on a financial set. The reason I say that is I got the Nine of Pentacles, but it came up reversed. Now, Pentacles represent earth signs. So this would be like a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo. But he came up reversed, meaning he's not making good decisions. Okay, so this is a person who's not planning very well. They're kind of irresponsible. They have a lot of financial obstacles or issues. That's why I think I got this reversed, this, Two of Pentacles reversed. They're not really committed. They're in it for material reasons. Okay. So it's important that you see why your energy is being pursued and not try to create those rose-colored glasses that Neptune is causing in Pisces right now. Really see the reality of your situation and ask yourself why a particular person is in a relationship with you in the first place. Like my first marriage was a love scam, so no judgment for me. I had to learn the hard way. And there's a lot of that going on because there's not a lot of enforcement that's taking place. And then this new eclipse in Dhanishta, which rules wealth, can be negatively affecting a lot of us right now. Like I said, I'm seeing this in the collective, not just in your reading. So just be very aware of that. So the energy that they want you to focus on to attract the right energy for this, let's see if you're saying, okay, good. Okay, is I got the imagination card. Okay, so what this tells me is that this is Vyasa. And so when he shows up, he's the grandfather of the Pandavas. He was a creative genius, and he also brought us the Bhagavad Gita. So he explains the complexities of human emotions, of their behaviors, sorrow, pain, wrath, vengeance, beauty, nobility, like all of it, chivalry, all of it. So this indicates that you need to develop your imagination and those beautiful creative powers a little more. And if you bring those to the forefront, you're going to attract a better energy toward you. So explore your imagination, especially if you're getting ready to give birth to something new in the form of a relationship. When you do this, you're going to share creative talents and inspirations with this person, and it's going to give birth to a new concept in your lives. So when you tap into your creativity, imagination, and you get involved in those things, you're going to attract someone else. Now, this could be a creative hobby that you get involved in and you can meet them there. This could be just a new innovative way of doing or being or thinking about something, and they think the same way, and it brings you together. So that's what I see. It's not a no, but not right now, because you have to do a little inner work, because you're going to attract somebody who's going to go, he's not in the relationship for the right reasons. Okay, my dear? I hope that was helpful. All right. Okay. And Roman is here. Good to see you. Welcome. All right. And do I look a little pink? Yeah, I'm trying to fix the lighting over here. It's so weird, you guys. Okay. Let's see. Our next question is the lovely Justin. Are you still in the audience with us, Justin? And then we have Maria, and then we have Shem. So Justin, are you here? Please check in. You're so welcome, Sybil. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you for sharing your energy. Yeah, talking about friendship. I love that, you guys. Okay, Justin, are you here? Let's go to these visual effects and see if I can make this a little. It's warm. It's bright. Soft. Ooh, that's really pink. Holy cow. That's a little better, but I think I'm going to go with warm. What do you guys think? Warm or bright? I don't know. Justin, please check in. Okay. Okay, I think that's okay. All right, so, yeah, the StreamYard has all kinds of little things we can play with. So Maria, are you here, Maria? I'm not seeing Justin. Car. Miss Maria. Are you here, Maria? Oh, I went with warm. Yay. Thanks, Jane. I appreciate it. It's good to see you, dear. I hope you're doing well. Much love to you. Aww. I have Jane on the first week of every month, you guys. She is so much fun to read with. She's a great reader as well. So Jane the Seeker Tarot, definitely check out her channel. Get a reading with her. It's worth it. She does good Lenormand readings too. All right, I'm not seeing Maria. Miss Shem, are you still here, my dear? Miss Shem. Okay, I'm a little blurry. Let's see. Okay. I know. I love Jane's readings too. Isn't she great? Yeah. Okay, yay, Shem's here. Awesome. Okay, message for the next few months. You got it. I hope you're doing well. I loved your Empress photo on Facebook. That was really fun. I think it's also your emoji. I love that. It's great. Your handle. That's fabulous. Isn't AI fun to play with? You can do all kinds of great things with it. Miss Tarodi has decks that she does with her image in them. She has a really good 3 of Cups, a fun 8 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Okay, Miss Shem, you got some energy coming your way, dear. Okay, so let's see if I can get a tarot card too. This is an interesting read. Okay, I got one. Okay, my dear. They really want you to focus on your spirituality. I know that you are an incredibly spiritual person, so I don't need to tell you this, but they're just recognizing that. Okay, my dear. The main energy that I got in and around you is 12th house energy. Okay, so this tells me that really going in, doing your meditation, doing your mantras, that's going to be really key in helping you through what's to come. okay? Because you've got some stuff in and around you that is a little difficult, okay? I got that you've been feeling a little stuck. I got Nine of Wands reversed, okay? She's beating her drum and she's looking to move forward, and something is stopping her, okay? So I asked, what is stopping Shem? I mean, this is a woman who, like, she's a go-getter. What's in her way? Okay. I got Justice card. So I don't know if you're working on a court case or something to do with the court. I think you mentioned this earlier, but justice will be served. So you can really rely on that, because whenever he shows up, this tells me that it is going, the outcome will be in your favor. Okay. So rest assured that things are going to work out for you, because, you know, Vidura is he brings ethical clarity to our situations. When he enters the scene, truth and logic and reason will prevail, even if the process is a little uncomfortable. So your situation is demanding a lot of honesty and a lot of accountability, and fairness will restore balance, even if, you know, there's some difficult things ahead for you and you're feeling a little stuck. So it's important that you arbitrate and you stand up for yourself, dear. Okay, that's the main thing I'm getting. And listen to your body and your gut too, as you go through this. All right. Now, as you do this, I did get that you are correct in a situation, but it's important that you don't go forth with any vengeance or retaliation. It will not serve your beautiful purpose moving forward. Now, Amba here, she was the eldest daughter of King Kashi, and she was in love with the king of Shamba. I believe his name was Salva. And Bhishma was unaware of her commitment to Salva, and he kidnapped her to try to basically hook her up with his brother. So she said, "Hey, I'm already promised to someone. What are you doing?" And he goes, "Whoops!" And so he returned her, and then Salva didn't want her anymore, and she was like really angry. So she did a bunch of penance to Lord Shiva, and the aesthetics said, "Hey, abandon this penance." But she was determined to be reborn as a man and destroy Bhishma for what he did. And so she did all of these penances for Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva granted her boon, and she was able to come back as a man and go after Bhishma. So this card basically cautions you that retaliation is long and arduous, and it's not going to serve its purpose. So just let justice be served on its own, and forgive and just move on. Okay. Carrying around any rejection or heartbreak is going to block your ability to pursue, you know, healthy things moving forward. Try to let go of expectations. Just do what's best, and know that your guides are watching every single moment of this. Think of it as a movie happening outside of you. So that said, this is what they're asking you to be. And this is hard. Okay. I'm right here with you. I got impartial. Okay, if you look at this card, you can see that Balarama, there's a war going on behind him. Okay, there's like you can see there's, let's see if I can get the glare off. You see there's this war going on behind him. And what is he doing? He's farming. He's just farming. And during the Mahabharata, he served both sides of the army. He fed them. He fed the Pandavas and he fed the Kauravas. So choosing to be neutral, it's going to make you seem really wise, and things are really going to work out in your favor when you do this. So step back from the drama that's going on in your life, especially the legal stuff, and know that your emotional neutrality is going to restore a lot of beautiful harmony in your life. Decline any roles or conflicts that are out of your expertise and focus on what you do best. Okay, so you can also ground through nature, you can garden, you can do some, you know, maybe some dietary shifts to restore balance, whatever brings you peace and restores your they're saying neutrality will be honored. Okay, that's the main thing that I'm getting for you. So that's a lot of legal stuff, it's a lot of drama, but you've got this. Know that if you come from that place of impartiality, it will work out in your favor. Okay, my dear. There's a settlement now. Okay, good. So know that the settlement will likely go in your favor, because I got the Justice card. But it's important that because Saturn is hitting a lot of your planets, especially in the 7th house, that you are protecting yourself, you're putting up good boundaries, and any settlement that you get is yours to keep. That's the main thing that they're showing me. Don't let someone else take it. All right, you're going to call it an early night. All right, you have a wonderful night, sweetie. Thanks for coming in. And then I keep thinking it's later than it is. It's the time wonky. Well, we just had the change in time, so it kind of throws us all off a little bit. And then Nancy says, we don't need to take karma into our own hands or retaliate. That's what karma is for. Yeah. All right. Good night, love. Thank you for joining us, honey. Okay. So that is everything. Unless Maria or Justin come in, we got through everybody. And just want to thank you all for being here. This was a lot of fun. I've got a class coming out. If you are interested, the link is in the description. I'm trying to get enough people to join. If I don't, then I'll just do something else. So other than that, I'm going to be here next week. And let's see, what do I have here? Next week, it's going to be me. And then the week after, I have Gerald. Yay. And then I'm also going to be with Helen Irish Granny on her channel, I believe, on the 26th. So I'll go ahead and post that in my community tab so you guys can come and ask questions there too. So, all right. Oh, I'm so sorry your daughter was attacked, honey. You had a court case today. Oh my gosh. Whew. All right. Well, my prayers are with your daughter, sweetie. That's really difficult, especially with women just not feeling very protected right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in the collective, and you have a great night too, Jane. Thank you. So my heart is with your daughter, Nicole. I'm so sorry to hear of it. That you had to go through there. And Delphi, oh, thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. All right. And oh, don't worry about it, sweetie. This is a community. Yeah. All right. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. You're amazing. If you ever want to get a private reading with me, astrologicaltarot.com. I've got some specials going on. I also post all of the lovely energies that are coming out of the collective and things like that. I have a newsletter. You can always email me if you want to join the newsletter. It's michelle@astrologicaltarot.com. And Navaratri's coming up. I'm really excited about that. And I have a mantra for each day of the goddess and a color you can wear and things you can put on your altar. It's a lot of fun. So it's one of my favorite times of the year because it's the return of the goddess coming back down to earth. She leaves during the fall and she comes back during the spring. And so with all of the planets going direct and the goddess coming back, her energy, that divine Shakti, that divine feminine coming in to take charge, I am so looking forward to that because it's been a dark winter for some of us, especially with those eclipses. Oh my goodness, were they dramatic. So have a great night, everyone. And I'm sending you all love. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Love.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient wisdom flows through